Speak your truth. I know a lot of times when it comes to healing, there are unfortunate situations where we have to heal ourselves in situations that we didn't even create, but that we were affected by. And a lot of those times we have to learn how to accept an apology that we were never given. And we have to learn how to move on and how to heal and how to navigate with apologies that we were never given, right? And it used to really bother me, and I'm not gonna lie, it still does. It still does really bother me when people say those things like, you don't need closure, just get over it. Everybody's mind works differently, and the way that people cope with things is different, right? And we can talk about what's the right way or the wrong way. It really doesn't matter. Everyone has their own way of how they deal and cope with things. And when you're dealing with someone, especially if it's someone who's an empath, getting over something without having that closure takes them a little bit longer. It can be much more difficult of a process. That's why for empaths and for people in general, it is so important to speak your truth. Okay, so quick introduction. I am Ori Marie Divine Intuitive. A lot of the recordings and messages that I do come from dreams that I'm giving. Majority come from dreams that I'm giving. Some from visions, and some that are just downloads that come through just as things begin to happen and unfold in my life, right? So this logo right here actually comes from Speak Your Truth LLC. I just want to mention that. I always like to give credit where credit is due, especially when I'm downloading images from Google and off the computer that are not mine, right? So anyways, back to the message of Speak Your Truth. Something happened just yesterday that really kind of put like a lot of things into perspective, and it really helped me kind of just, so I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and the conversation was about someone else that I've had a conversation with a couple of weeks ago, where I'm talking to this person and this person is telling me, XYZ is going on and they're a little bit down and out, but everything's going to be okay. Like they're putting on this brave face, this positive face. This person does have children and they're not necessarily getting along. They don't have the best relationship with the mother of their child. So there's some turmoil there and she's not happy and she's feeling like he should do more, and just all these things are going on. So I'm trying to listen and give some encouragement, give some tips of things that can be done to kind of help, smooth and ease over the situation and just make it an easier transition. Try to come up with some common ground where everybody wins. And so as I'm talking to someone else just yesterday, and they start telling me that they had a conversation with this same person, and this person, yes, is going through some things, but it is so much worse than how they described. So I just want to say something, like, when it comes to social media, because let's say person A is the person going through something, person B is the person that I spoke to, and then person C is going to be the mother of the child of person A. And I know that sounds like it's a lot, but just walk with me for a second, right? So person C, being the mother of the child, is going on social media, seeing things and getting upset, feeling like person A is just out here living their best life, and getting upset because person A is not really doing as much as person C feels like they should be doing for their child, and XYZ, take it from there. And, person A admits that they're going through some things, but is not really saying the full extent of what they're going through. And then here comes person B filling in the blanks. So I just want to say, social media is so destructive, because people need to understand, like, first of all, stop stalking people's social media accounts. I cannot stand social media. Stop stalking people's social media accounts. So many people are upset, putting themselves into these states of depression because they're seeing all of these things that people are getting and are enjoying life and have access to, and they don't have these things, and now they're upset, feeling like they're not enough, they're not good enough, feeling just hopeless and depressed. And you don't realize, first of all, you don't know what all that person went through to get to where they are now. And B, you don't know what that person is still, or two, because now I'm doing letters and numbers. Two, you don't know what that person is still going through now, even as they're quote unquote going through their winning season. People have the tendency to post their best life on social media, and newsflash, that's what you're supposed to be doing. Now, you always have those few people who will put it all out there. I mean, they have no shame in their game and will tell you every little thing that's going wrong in their life. And if people choose to do that, I don't recommend it, but do as you will, right? But majority of people are going to post their best life on social media, and technically speaking, that's what you're supposed to be doing. But when you look at someone's page and you see all these things that they're going through and all these things that they have going on, like, don't let that discourage you, and don't let that, make you, like, I've seen so many people get upset about things that they see on social media, and like half the time it's a facade. Like, I had one friend who worked for the airport, but she worked customer service for the airport. She wanted to be a flight attendant and tried multiple times, but kept failing whatever tests and activities they have to go through in order to get their flight attendant status. For whatever reason, she was not passing. So she didn't post that. She just posted that she worked for the airline, but no one knew what her actual role was. But she still would fly all the time, but she didn't tell people that when she was flying, she was on standby, and she would have to wait sometimes hours, sometimes a day or so before she could get this flight. She was doing standby so that she could fly for free. She wasn't paying her tickets. And then she was also getting frequent flyer miles so that when she's traveling to these places, she's going to these hotels and these different resorts and stuff at a significant discount. Not that it matters. She's smart. She was 100% smart in how she did it, because why pay more when I can pay less? You know what I mean? To get the exact same experience. She was 100% smart in how she did it. But a lot of people would see what she was posting and really thought that she was just out here living this extravagant life, when the whole time she had the money to do a lot of this because she was still staying at home with her parents. And this is like going into our 30s. This is not something where we're fresh out of college. This is like in our 30s, in our early 30s, she was still living with her parents. And a lot of people didn't know that because of course she wasn't posting that. So you're on the outside trying to look in, and you're getting all of these notions in your head. So just to get back to the story, person C is looking at person A post these things online about how they're, happy and this and that, and they feel at peace, and, they really enjoy their new job and all this stuff, and they're just getting furious. Meanwhile, I get a call from person B, and person B is like, yeah, person A is going through this. Person A had this, was repossessed. Person A lost their home and was living out of their car, only to later have their car repossessed. Like, person A is really going through it. And it's for people that are out there. First of all, these people who are doing you wrong, and I'm not going to get into it, because if I'm being 100% accurate, there were some things that person A did to person C that were flat out wrong. And person C is one of those people who they are really waiting for person A's downfall, because they want to see person A get their karma. But here's the thing. You're not always going to be able to see it. Now, sometimes spirit will give you front row seats, and that's really dependent upon your spiritual team, your ancestors, and how far this person took it when they were taking you down and through there. But you're not always going to get front row seats to someone's downfall. I am not going to give person C And, person B and other people that know the situation, no one is going to give person C the satisfaction of being able to see what person A is really going through, because person C is craving it so badly that it's really at a very unhealthy state, right? But just so person A is real. It's so funny because I just did a message yesterday talking about this, about someone is about to lose everything. And it's like person A is in that category of this person who is losing everything, but it's happening behind the scenes. So for someone out there, if someone has done you wrong, they are going to suffer the consequences of that, but everyone won't be able to see it. But in the meantime, do not focus on what this other person is going through. Your spirit team, let spirit handle that. For some of these people, their own conscious is eating away at them to the point where they are putting themselves in a mental hell anyway. It's like they are trapped in a mental hell because their conscience, won't let them out of that, of knowing that what they did was wrong and the choice they made was wrong. And now their life is I'm hearing like one big downfall that they're having to deal with as a result of making these bad choices. So some of them are already going through it. But for someone who is an empath, for someone who is going through a situation where someone did you wrong and you never got your apology. You know what I mean? You never got the opportunity. Like, this is the type of person who feels very strongly, but has been keeping all of their feelings and all of their emotions bottled up. There's going to come an opportunity. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know where. There's going to come an opportunity where either this person or someone close to this person is going to reach out to you, or you're going to run into them and the conversation is going to come up. Spirit wants you, when you get that opportunity, to speak your truth. For someone, I'm hearing dump all of your trauma. Spirit wants you to speak your truth, because for someone out there, there's something about your situation that has to do with a misunderstanding because of lack of communication. There's someone out there where you and somebody have really just been at odds, and you and somebody have really been going through it for an extended period of time, where you guys keep arguing, you keep butting heads. It's like you guys can't seem to get on the same page, and it seems like it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. But there's something there where Spirit is saying all of it is a huge misunderstanding due to a lack of communication, because there's something that this person is not telling you, and there's something that you are not telling this person, and it all has to do with how you guys deal with conflict. You guys have two polar opposite ways of how you deal with conflict, and because of that, it's causing you guys to constantly butt heads with how you guys are trying to handle and navigate specific situations. And Spirit is like, all of it is a misunderstanding. All of it's a misunderstanding. So this message, I'm going to go ahead and end this one here. I did not intend for this one to be a long one, but for someone out there, there's going to be an opportunity that presents itself. And yes, it may sound like trauma dumping, and it may be trauma dumping, but Spirit is saying to be honest and speak your truth, because everything you've been going through is nothing but one big misunderstanding. Okay, y'all, that's going to be the message for today. I tend to be redundant, so I'm not going to keep going, because if I do, I'm just going to keep saying the same things over and over again. So if you've listened up until this point, thank you for listening. Bye.